After 10,000 of aura readings, I have realized that one of the most common type of people who end up in controlling relationship are women who can call themselves a good girls. Good girl is kind, responsible, empathetic. She learned very early how to be easy to love. And today I want to talk about how that goodness, when conditioned, can slowly turn into self-abandonment and why it so often leads to controlling relationships. So the good girl usually learned love through approval. Maybe she was praised to be polite, helpful, mature for her age. Maybe she have learned that her worth came from not causing problems. She learned to read the room, sense emotions, and adjust herself. This is actually a high sensitivity, but over time this sensitivity became conditioning because she learned that if I don't upset anybody, I will be loved. And this conditioning often comes from family, ancestors, society, even from your past lives. This woman may carry ancestral patterns of women who were surviving by staying silent. She might have watched her mother overgive and self-sacrifice. She might have been rewarded at school by being correct, not authentic. So she learned that being likable is more important than being true. Now, there is where controlling relationship enters. Because a controlling partner doesn't feel like that at the beginning. He often appears confident, protective, certain. To the good girl, it feels like a relief because she was never taught to trust herself, only to trust authority, system, structure, or approval. So when someone says, "Let me handle this, I know what's best," she feels accepted because it's familiar. I will give you an example. A good girl might say, "I don't really like when you check my phone, but it's okay." Actually, she doesn't feel okay, but she overrides it because she kind of knows that love requires tolerance and there is no knowledge about boundaries or personal space. Another example is she might say, "I will cancel all my plans because he had a bad day," and it happens regularly. Once again, she abandons her own rhythm to keep the harmony in the relationship. And slowly, very slowly, she kind of starts to feel responsible for his emotions, needs, and moods. And that is this control and conditioning in action. So the most important thing to understand or realize here is the good girl enters controlling relationship because she is conditioned or trained to disconnect from her inner authority. She has lost her alignment with truth because the inner truth, connection with the divine and this divine alignment breaks conditioning. When you are aligned with your truth, you speak up if something feels off. So when you are gently connecting to your truth, healing begins. One client shared with me after work we did together, she shared that she didn't know that healthy boundaries were approved for spiritual people because she felt that it's not spiritual. She believed that serving meant being good. Yes, it's good to serve God, Source, Universe, but serving others while not listening to your truth is a path to losing yourself. And you have a mission, you have a purpose on this earth. And now, after she realized that this was a conditioning she had, every time she had to make a decision, she asks herself if it is aligned with my inner truth. And that is self-trust and trust in your divine path. If you recognize yourself in this and you have always been a good girl, the peacemaker, the responsible one, there's nothing wrong with you. Many spiritual women find themselves here. And the good news is it is possible to rebuild your self-trust. That's why I created a program, Unshakable Self-Trust, a 6-week journey designed to help kind-hearted spiritual women to rebuild self-trust after controlling relationship, to move from self-doubt back into faith and this divine alignment. Together we will rebuild inner trust that allows you to create healthy relationships and feel fully connected with God and your divine path. To see if working with me is your next step begins with a conversation. It is a pressure-free clarity call where we just catch up and see if we are a match. To book a clarity call, follow the link in the description box below. And here you can watch the next video where Christine shares her experience in my Unshakable Self-Trust program, how it helped her to rebuild her self-trust in 6 weeks. This is here. Thank you.